and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton, and today we are at Crouch's Couch/Corner, and we are going to be having some cocktails. So that's a whole lot of C action going on here. I don't know what the deal is with that, but who's tomfoolery created all this nonsense? Look, I'm even using C words like creative. Anyway, we brought one of our favorite craft bartender. I don't really remember what we said you did, Sarah, so maybe you can refresh my memory. And you've been on the show for other things too, but you started in this whole thing with me because you were an awesome cocktail person, and we had you at a charity event and all that kind of good stuff. So
we had a name for it the night that we were all there.
I know,
the
we
first
did.
night, and it
like
was pretty
Alchemist
great.
or something.
It was like cocktail alchemist or bourbon alchemist. I kind of loved that, but like generally speaking, I don't like mixologist. I would prefer to stay away from that. I'll take cocktail artist.
Okay.
I feel like there's an artistry there, so I'll take
100%.
cocktail artist.
Yeah,
cocktail artist.
Artist/alchemist.
Alchemist.
I like that.
I like the alchemy of it, though.
All right, see, there we go. Anyway,
Mixer of cock.
Wow.
tails, and cock ales.
There we go.
Wow, guys.
Anyway, and we also have you brought your lovely sister Jess with us today. What's up, Jess?
Hi.
How you doing?
I randomly showed up to a podcast today, so I'm doing great.
There we go. And then Brandon. I met Brandon at Old Louisville a few weeks ago. And
That was random, yeah.
And it just really random. Like now, all of a sudden, you're on the podcast, and I had no idea you were going to be here or anything else. So really cool.
Small world.
Absolutely, 100%. I tell people all the time, Louisville is like the smallest big city that you've ever been to.
Definitely.
You will meet or run into anybody at any time. So anyway, cocktails. We have two special cocktails that we wanted to kind of, I guess, give inspiration to Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. And then you threw in another one because you know I love the whiskey sour. So what was the inspiration? What do you got? What are we going to be drinking tonight?
Well, okay. I'll just be straightforward with you. The inspiration was I work better under pressure, and I've owed you some cocktails, and so I decided to do this for you. You are the inspiration.
Oh, like a Chicago song. You're the inspiration. Do I bring meaning to your life?
You do. You really do. Really do. But the other side of it is I need a good reason to fool around in the kitchen with these, with all of my funny tools and stuff. So you asked me to stick to kind of some parameters. You usually don't give me parameters, but I like that you asked for holidays, holiday kind of theme. I was coming up short a bunch of times, but I thought like it's still cold.
Yep.
So our Valentine's cocktail, would you like me to go ahead and name them and talk about the recipe?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our Valentine's cocktail is a warm browned butter bourbon.
Warmed brown buttered bourbon. That's
Say
that 5 times fast.
Warm brown butter bourbon. I'm not sure there's a name for it, but you guys feel free to just like
Lots of bees.
like when you taste it.
When we
you
taste
can,
it, we'll come up with
you
something.
just tell me what
Absolutely.
it feels like.
The brown note.
I just feel like it is a the brown note. Ooh. The brown note. Okay.
The
Anyway,
brown
so the brown-eyed girl. I like that.
Brown-eyed girl.
So it is definitely a warm cocktail for you to snuggle up with your significant other with.
Chocolate starfish.
Hot dog flavored
Oh.
water.
That brown-eyed girl.
Don't get me started.
Sorry.
It's okay. So he did that. Okay, so then I think that's a Valentine's Day cocktail because it can be shared with others, and it brings a warmth into winter that you're waiting for, that everybody needs. So
Especially lately, man. It's been
Yes.
cold as hell around here.
It dropped like crazy. And so you want the contents of that first, or are we going to go ahead to the next one, and then we'll shoot the contents when we taste
Let us guess.
Ooh, we have to guess what's in it?
Yeah, I just want to guess what's in it.
All right, so let's start with
I want to have a little bit
Well,
more fun.
I can tell you to start. It feels warm.
So what are the other cocktails? So what's the other one called? Or what is it?
So the other one I actually did name, and I named it based on the fact that we were trying to stick with like an Irish St. Patrick's theme. And it is in the glass in front of you. There's no ice because I didn't want it to water down, but I did, chill it. It is the Irish Black Mary. So we have rosemary, we have blackberry, and we have brown sugar simple in here. And I know you wanted to guess, but let's do that with the other one.
Okay.
And it is a take on an old fashioned. It is essentially an old fashioned with those contents.
And the last one's just going to be a twist on the old whiskey sour.
Yes, the same thing, just a twist on my whiskey sour. Nothing fantastic with it. So.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, let's get to drinking. And you said very specifically you had to go make the whiskey sour fresh. So I'm going to let you get away. Andy's going to come in. Oh, John's coming in. Oh, I love it. John's coming in hot.
Okay.
Coming in hot.
This is John's first appearance. Man, I've got a bunch of newbies this week. I love this. This is like the best thing ever. Wait a minute, John. Whoa, where did the porn stash come from, dog?
It's been there for a while.
It's a nice
Have I not
porn
noticed
stash.
it? It is a great stash.
He's offering rides if anybody's interested.
It is straight up, man. That is 1970s. Like, I'm kind of digging it, dog.
I'm an old man, and I'm gonna make a mustache happen.
There we go. I love it. I love it.
I like the salt and pepper in it.
Thanks.
Yeah, mine's just all salt now. There's no pepper left, man.
Mine's almost there, so I'm right there with you.
All right, so the first one she said is the warm brown buttered bourbon cocktail.
The
The
BBBBB.
brown-eyed
The B,
girl.
yeah,
Is
the
that
brown,
what it's-
chocolate
yeah,
with
brown-eyed
Brown-eyed
girl.
yeah.
girl.
There's, we haven't come up with a
Quadruple
name yet, but
like
yeah,
it.
but
We'll name it after we drink it.
absolutely. So you all go ahead and take a sniff, take a sip, whatever you want to do, however you like to drink your cocktails, and we'll kind of go in from there. So,
It smells like an apple pie.
dude,
It smells like apple cobbler, yeah.
Yeah.
It smells a little bit like coffee to me, like latte kind of is what I
Like
get.
an- like an
a
Irish
steamed,
coffee or
like a
something.
steamed milk kind of smell.
I
You know,
see that too.
yeah, so I'm getting just
it does.
like
I
a
like it,
ton of
though.
that buttery, like caramelly type smell.
like
So
butter.
yeah, I could
Sure.
see where
Yeah.
you could relate that to like I guess a latte of some sort.
All right.
All right, take a
Time
sip.
to
Let's
sip.
dive in.
Apple.
There's some bourbon in there.
Yep. It's funny. It's almost like there's a baking spice.
I taste the apple.
but I also get the butter.
Yeah. No, you get the
I
butter.
really do.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think I've ever had a cocktail like it before.
Yeah.
Actually,
So it's funny. It's almost weird because literally I've been watching these cocktail videos like crazy, which is why I had the inspiration to call Sarah and be like, "Hey, Sarah, this is what I want you to do." But I've been watching like these weird cocktails where people like take milk and then like or butter or different things, and then they let it marry with the bourbon, and then they then take all the curdled stuff out and everything else, and then they strain it, and I don't know what it's called, but anyway, it becomes like clear liquid again after everything settles and renders out and everything else. It's like a wash or something. I think they said a washed bourbon of some sort. But anyway, I'm sure Sarah will be able to tell us about it when she gets back on mic. But man, this is really good. I just can't get with the baking spices on this. I can't tell if it's cinnamon or like some
I
kind
think
of
it's
cardamom
cinnamon.
or something.
It's cinnamon.
it's cinnamon. But the other thing too is I'm not a sweet cocktail person, but this is very enjoyable. So Sarah, cheers to you for this
Yeah.
because
So,
it's super good.
I
Cheers.
don't drink bourbon. Actually, don't even like bourbon.
You can't taste the bourbon in it. I mean, I know there's bourbon in it because I asked her
taste
to
it.
put bourbon in it, but it's not very alcoholic.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brandon?
I love bourbon, and typically, if I have something that has bourbon in it, I can identify that there's a bourbon in there. So that's it's very mild. It's well masked, well balanced out with
Yep.
everything else. But it's a very well balanced cocktail.
And I will also say from a
Cheers, Sarah.
cosmetic perspective, because
Right.
that's been a big part of my life. When you drink this, it's kind of like you're wearing lip gloss. It's popping.
It's popping, yes.
No, you
Yeah,
can
no,
see it
no.
on the glass
You
too.
can see
Sorry,
it. Well,
I
if
had
you
to,
look at-
that
if you look
was
at the top of it,
super
yeah.
awkward and gay for a minute.
It looks
but
like- it looks
I
like
like
icicles.
it. I like
Super
it. We're
awkward
gonna go
and
with
gay.
it.
Yeah, we'll
Because
go with
that's what I don't know. It's like lip gloss, though. It is, right?
It's,
feel
Look
it?
at the
well,
glass.
if
that
you look at
we're-
it, there's
I
like
know.
icicles on top of it.
I know. It's
the
fantastic.
lovely
It's funny how
legs.
the butter and the
I would say-
viscosity from the butter
I'd say
like
there's
kind of
brown
like is
sugar.
all over the place. Yeah, there's definitely brown, sugar.
What do we think the ingredients are?
The entrance is a little more something fruit wise. It might be apple.
I think it's
Yeah, I
apple.
think it's definitely
I mean,
apple.
I 100% taste apple.
but then you get the butter, and then on the backside is the brown sugar. Like you
Yeah.
get all three flavors.
Yep, and those
as it
baking
goes in and
spices,
goes
like
down.
I said, I would almost even would not be surprised if it was apple pie spice in there, but I'm not sure.
So good.
I
we're
didn't
gonna-
know there was an apple pie spice.
Oh, absolutely, they got pumpkin pie spice, apple
You're
pie
holding
spice.
it in your hand right now.
You know,
Whatever
apple pie
it
spice
is.
I think is like cinnamon, clove, cardamom, like kind of all mixed together in one little
It's
ball
a Spice
of fun.
Girl.
So-
It's a Spice Girl world.
Spice Girl world.
That's
I love
what
that.
it is. I know. Me
Don't
too.
make me start singing.
Me too. I'm gonna get a little
Okay, so
ginge
if-
on
so if-
everybody
Bring on the
for a minute.
spice.
If we were going to name it, what would we name it then?
I don't know. It's
It's definitely not a brown-eyed girl.
Nostalgia.
Now that I've
It's
tried
not
it.
Brown Eyed Girl.
no.
I want to name it
I would-
nostalgia because it makes me feel warm and
I would-
fuzzy.
Well, that's what I was going
What'd you
to
say?
It's like a Kentucky,
Nostalgia.
It's like a Kentucky hug for me.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what a Kentucky hug is. Like
Yeah.
that's what I think
Kentucky
of anyway.
hug.
It's
a Kentucky hug.
It's
That's
only,
what I
a
feel like.
bourbon saying.
Like a
yeah,
sweet.
but that's a bourbon saying, so
It-
it'd
it
be
is a
hard to call
bourbon
it a
saying.
cocktail.
But it is kind of like a hug, though.
It
Do
is.
you not agree?
And
It
with it being a
does. It's a
Valentine's Day
warm
thing, you
hug.
could kind of, yeah, it's kind of like that, you know.
It could be.
Warm and
This
comfy.
is a perfect Valentine's Day cocktail.
How about a browned buttered Kentucky hug?
Yeah, yeah. I can
What
see
about
that.
a brown butter biscuit just for fun?
Well, that's a good one too.
There's no biscuit
I
in
do
this.
like
Oh,
a-
there's no biscuit.
Now, that being said, you could probably put this on a biscuit. It'd probably be pretty good.
Oh my god, that would make biscuits are gravy.
Well, and
oh,
my grandmother would be
Or just
super
like it would be like a,
because
it's like biscuits and like apple butter, right? Like I mean, it's kind of that I could
No,
see
yeah.
definitely you could put that on a biscuit. So.
My grandmother made biscuits, and if we called it a brown butter biscuit, she'd probably love it.
All right,
So,
man. Now your country, you're from Kentucky,
Country.
right?
Kentucky. Yep, Paravel.
So my grandmother is from Versailles.
Okay,
so,
Versailles.
So Versailles, whatever you want to call
It's
it.
Versailles.
It is definitely Versailles.
It's Versailles. It is.
Versailles for the French.
I'm being the
Absolutely.
weird Hoosier
I know.
that I transitioned into at the
Anyway,
moment.
drop biscuits or rolled biscuits?
I would have to say probably drop biscuits because that's what. If my grandmother made homemade biscuits, it was drop biscuits.
Hot dang! See,
And
I love that.
And we're talking like the best drop biscuits you've ever had in your life. I would
Man,
put my
shut your
grandmother's
mouth,
biscuits
dog.
up.
Me too.
against
I'm the same
anybody's.
way, man. But,
But
I think
yeah.
everybody's that way. My
Yeah.
grandma's biscuits are the best. That's
Yeah.
what everybody says. I think.
For sure.
All right. Anyway, second cocktail. This is the blackberry,
moving on.
brambly,
Oh, wait, we have to wait for rosemary.
whatever it is, and then we need rosemary. Andy,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to hand us some rosemary, bud? I think she said there's some sprigs around here someplace. So
I thought
I'm
she had
still enjoying this brown butter.
I know.
I
we
know.
can. Hey, listen,
This
we can always
brown
finish them later.
biscuit.
We just got to get through
Yeah,
and
we gotta
talk
get through.
about these
Brown
bad boys.
biscuit,
So
Kentucky
Can I
hug,
make a proposal
butter,
on the name?
Nope.
lip gloss.
Sure, absolutely. Come on in.
Sarah's gonna make a proposal
I
on the
really
name.
like what you guys said with the brown butter hug, but since it's a Valentine's Day and it moisturizes the lips, can it be a brown butter kiss?
There we
Oh,
go.
I like
No.
that.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
a cute one.
That's a
I
great
like the
name.
brown butter kiss.
There we
That
go.
got very emotional. I was like, oh, we love those.
So let's give me a little sprig of the rosemary here. I got to rub it on the. You got to rub it around the edge, like.
What do we do? All right.
Just
Sarah's
hand it to
gonna
me.
show
I'm
us
a
how to-
professional. I'm a
getting-
professional drinker. I
I'm
got
getting
this.
instructions.
Oh wait, she's rubbing
I'm
a
watching.
glass with.
So when you make a good
Rosemary.
cocktail, you have to rub it around on the inside of the rim of the glass, so
Will
that
you
way
do it
you
for
get
me?
the scent and the taste.
I like it.
Oh, you already got
So,
me?
yep. Thank you. I got this. Not my first rodeo. I guess I'm borderline alcoholic. That's why I know this stuff. But
so
we're
my
gonna go
sister
from
is
there.
showing me how to rub rosemary into a glass of bourbon. It's called expressing, like expressing
Expressing,
glands,
yeah.
like a dog. You know what? You know what expressing a
I know
dog's
what it
glands
is.
are.
Yeah.
Because even if
a little different.
the rosemary is not flavored in the
nasty.
drink,
Yes.
the aromatics of it are going to make
Yeah.
you like
Make you think
taste it.
Yep, 100%.
For sure.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
John's got his own way to do. Okay,
All right.
and then you keep the rosemary in there, or no?
You can if you want. I took mine out. I don't know that I want that much prevalent in rosemary, but
I think I'm gonna take it out. 'cause
This smells like a good decision on a Thursday.
Okay, so sniffing.
This
I was
does.
thinking it smells
Is that
like a
being
bad decision on a
sarcastic,
Is
Thursday.
it
or-
Thursday? Is it Thursday?
It is,
No.
it is
and you have to
Thursday.
understand, I've had a couple of old foes before I came to this, so
Okay.
I'm well on my way. But it smells like a
So,
good
so
decision.
the
on
rosemary
Thursday.
really it
That's
comes
the-
forward on the nose, right? So
the
like
first thing I
Yeah.
I think you get a little bit of the blackberry, but like the rye whiskey that's in here, because I'm pretty sure that's rye, is just faint. It's just really faint on the nose, so you get a little bit of that
after
spice.
expressing it on there, this is the rosemary. That's all I get on the nose.
Right.
I get the rosemary, but I get the rye as well too.
I get the
can
rye.
smell the little bit of pepper in
Are we
it.
tasting?
I just decided I was going to taste a little early because last time we had a little bit of dead air. So
Oh, there's
Wow.
blackberries right there in
Oh,
the
yeah.
bottom. Just
There is definitely
little
blackberries.
floaties. Yeah.
That
This
is
is-
like the perfect marriage of bourbon and fruit. Like it's not overly strong and it's not overly sweet. Like it's kind of in the middle.
well
I like
balanced.
yeah, it's very
and
well
the,
balanced.
the hint of rosemary at the end too. I, like
I would
a
say
lot.
it's more
Yep.
bourbon than I like, but I don't like bourbon. So like the other one, I couldn't taste the bourbon. This one, I can taste it, but it's not bad. Like you said, that fruit.
Yeah, we
I
kinda-
get the fruit.
we
Yeah.
guessed that there was
Initially.
rye in there. Yeah. So man, I this is really like
But
man.
I think the pop of the is it rye that's in there, or do we know yet?
Yeah.
Or can we know?
Tasting
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
that
she
is
said
a
it
rye.
was
Like
rye.
I think the rye in it is what complements all the things that are in it.
100%.
Sweet bourbon,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards.
It gives
I like
that
it.
nice little spice.
Probably was
Yeah.
100 or not 100%, 100 proof rye probably. It's,
thought
it's
they
higher
could-
proof, but it's well balanced out with all the
like
other
it.
Is it
ingredients on
blackberry
there.
or blueberry? What is it? Like
I think it's
blueberry?
blackberry.
I think it's blackberry.
And what? And did
Every
she give
sip
this
I
one a
take-
name already, or are we supposed to name this one as
No,
well?
we-
Sarah,
we
are
can
we
name
naming
it.
this
She hasn't
one,
named it,
or are
so-
we
Oh, this is the blackberry Mary.
The Blackberry Mary.
Blackberry Mary.
I feel like we can come up with a better Kentucky name for that.
Yeah. Well, we need to. It needs to be St. Patrick's-y too, though. So I don't know.
I'm going to think on that.
We have to think about it.
I do like the Blackberry Mary or Blackberry Mary. Just
Yeah.
the
You know what's coming to my mind is bramble.
I like bramble too.
because blackberries are little brambles and things like that. So I like the name bramble in there.
Brambleberry Mary.
Bramble something.
Do you
I don't know.
muddle?
We'll figure it out.
Do you muddle?
You definitely muddle it in there.
So bramble would be a good word. I like it.
So we'll continue to spin on that. So the last one, she said we have to drink it right away. This is the her spin on the classic whiskey sour.
Okay.
And we're gonna go from there. Look at all that froth. By the way, let's all cheers on
I
this
know.
one. Everybody
Cheers.
in?
This
Cheers.
one-
Whiskey sour.
All three of them have been beautiful, but this one is beautiful.
This one looks nice.
Salud.
And
Prost, all
does-
that good stuff.
Let me ask this question: does anybody remember a whiskey sour in college in
So-
the big gulp plastic cup that was in the cabinet?
So
You
the
went to
answer
college?
me is that no.
I drank pure grain in college.
I drank pure grain as well. Burnett's vodka or whatever it is, and Mountain Dew.
Are these
that was
carrots
another
in
popular
here?
one.
Is that carrot?
But this is the
I think it might be
prettiest-
orange
This
peel.
is the prettiest whiskey sour ever.
It is very
this
beautiful.
is beautiful.
It's so
Absolutely.
beautiful.
All right,
Cheers.
Frothy
Got a
on the
Tastes as
top.
good as it looks.
Cheers for sure.
I think there might be egg white in there.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the traditional. It's definitely got the egg white because you got the
Ooh.
froth on top.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good.
That's my favorite so far.
It is very good.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
taste-
I like it.
Dude, I love a good whiskey sour. This is fire. This is really good.
I thought those were actual oranges, not the orange peel. So
No,
I
it's the
started
orange peel.
Chewing on
It's
it.
an orange peel in there.
I mean, you can technically eat it. I just don't. I don't typically eat the pill, but it is what
you
it
can
is.
eat it.
And I'm not up to,
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
date on what cocktail glass. What is this that you put it in? A coupe?
Yeah, coupe.
This is
called a
It's
coupe.
beautiful, isn't it? They're very
this little
elegant.
Coupe. It makes me want to go to a fancy restaurant and drink it with my pinky out for a minute.
I've never
But I
drank
like
anything
it.
this fancy in my
Like
life.
in The Great Gatsby? Yeah.
All right.
So good.
But
Do you
yeah,
have a
this
name for
is
this one? It's
fantastic.
just
The whiskey
just
sour.
Whiskey sour.
You can come back over here. Come on, just pull a chair over here. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, are you gonna bite me? And I didn't know it. You're gonna bite me?
Okay.
Come on in. So
It's a brown sugar simple. It's a brown sugar simple syrup. So that's instead of a traditional using simple syrup for that. I also did not put bitters in it, which you traditionally put bitters on the top, and I just didn't. And I will be honest with you, I did it last night. I just forgot this time, and I think it's fine. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
smelt it, and it's fine.
Oh, it's definitely
so. But it's a brown sugar simple with just lemon and bourbon. So it's really no different, except that I used a lemon zest, and you typically use a lemon, or I used an
lime.
orange zest.
Yeah.
You typically do a lemon zest on a
I
traditional.
like the orange.
yeah, I
The orange
really like
definitely-
so I always thought
So-
whiskey sour was lime.
I've never used a.
You never use lime?
No, but I'm not
I thought it
saying
was
it's not-
always made with lime as well.
I mean, it could be, but I've never done it that way.
Well,
I've always used a lemon.
Well, good. Well, see, we learned something new.
Well, the orange is.
I will
classic.
say the one thing I did argue with a bartender about one time. We were at Caesars, and the dude swore up and down that sparkling water or like some kind of like spritzy water goes in an old fashioned.
Nope.
Actually,
bubbles.
that's funny you say that because when I learned how to make an old fashioned, that's how I was taught with soda water.
Really?
Yes. And I did it for years like that until I went to a craft cocktail bar and they were like, yeah, you're going to need to never use the soda water. That's not how it's made.
Did Marie tell you that?
Who knows?
Wait, so soda water instead of what? That you.
You're not supposed to use any water in an old fashioned, a traditional old fashioned.
Ice is supposed to melt.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Oh,
ice
okay,
itself
all
is
right.
supposed to be the
And it should be a big block of ice.
Yeah.
So it melts a little slower so that by the time you really start enjoying the cocktail, it's not watered down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
So that was always my knowledge of it, but what do I know? I'm just a bourbon guy, right?
I do have one question. Do you make your own brown sugar?
Yes. The simple syrup.
Tell
Are you
everybody how you do
1-to-1?
that.
I
'Cause
am a
that's-
1-to-1 for life. I love my 1-to-1 ratio.
So I cheat. I'm a 1 1/4 to 1. So I use 1 1/4
Ooh.
brown sugar and 1 cup of water.
I understand why you do that because it pulls the flavor out, but I really I'm a firm believer that the bourbon, the alcohol base, whatever you use your simple for, will pull the flavor of the sugar out properly. I don't like to oversweeten anything immediately. You can always add more simple. I don't like to go heavy on the flavor of the simple. And I've made it infused. Andy over here has tasted my lavender infused simple before. I like that, like herbal infused.
The peach infused one you did was fantastic too.
Smoky peach.
So my other question is, could we potentially do a podcast in the future where we hook a mic to Sarah while she's making all the simples and all the things, so we can hear like the mad scientist artist thing
she's a
that's coming
mad
to life.
So
scientist.
I tell you
No,
what,
I like
we
it,
could probably
though.
do one better. I could do a video set of her making
Yes,
cocktails.
Sarah.
Now we would have to put it
Please,
like
please,
we'd
please,
have to
please.
like do it in like
It would be
sped
so
up
good.
motion, but like we would have to get like a little setup. We could do video, do the little lapel mic.
We could
and-
do the little pel mic, and it could be like hands making stuff.
Just
a
hands.
You can do
series
it.
of Bourbon Barrel Talk videos
seriously.
for Instagram.
Hey, can we just do one on me eating an orange peel for the first time? Because I just ate an orange peel.
You ate
I didn't
an
mean
orange
to. It
peel?
just went down my
Oh,
throat.
it just went down.
Same
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It got me too, but I didn't mind it.
I know, it's great. It was
No,
great. It was
It
like
was awesome.
It really overly accentuates the flavor of the citrus, but yeah, there's nothing like bad about it. It's just
No, I
it's
think it was
just
wonderful.
orange, right? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So, all right,
When I was chewing on it, it was kind of like its own bittering agent as well with the rind.
all right, back to naming. So
Oh.
the first, the middle one,
The middle one.
Okay, we
middle
already
one.
named the first one.
we named the first one.
What was the
The
first one again?
Brown butter
Raspberry.
kiss.
Brown butter kiss.
Brown
Yep.
butter kiss.
The second one,
Can we call it the Bramble Rose?
The bramble. I
Rosemary?
don't.
yeah, yeah, no,
let me-
Bramble?
yeah,
Let me sip it again. Will.
The Brosemary. I
The
kind of like. I
Brosemary.
kind of like the Brosemary.
Brosemary.
Rosemary, really?
But you get the BR from the Bramble.
The bro.
I like the Bramble.
Mary.
No, I don't think.
Rosemary. I'm going to tell you right now.
I think
That's a
rosemary
genius for
sounds
the gay
too-
community. They're going to love that. They're going to be like, Bro, Mary, I'm going to drink it. But sorry.
Do know, I get you.
But
Rosemary.
It's great. Rosemary. I like
when
it.
the gays like my cocktails.
yeah, Rosemary.
Everybody likes her cock.
Tails.
Just let them roll.
Cock and tail.
And
then
I think
the-
rosemary's is too.
Bramble Rose.
The Bromary?
The bromary.
Bromary?
Bromary's
It's
not
so
good.
good,
It's-
though.
But like,
it's got to be
but
bros.
so good.
It's
Women-
got to be
But
rosemary.
women
Women
Yeah,
are gonna
'cause-
want a bromary.
Because like it's Valentine's Day and it's like rose, bramble, and then
No, this one is St. Patrick's
rosemary. Oh,
No,
This was the
well,
Valentine's Day.
well,
Oh, that's right.
We had the brown butter kiss.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
This
That's
is a
okay,
St.
The
so
brown,
Patrick's
yeah,
Day.
the brown butter
Yeah.
kiss is
But
kind of
like, if I'm
more
a woman going to a
little-
bar, I'm not gonna be like, "Give me a bromary," you know, like
Brosemary. You gotta
Bros-
pronounce-
But-
yeah.
Rosemary.
But
Rosemary.
the brown butter kiss. If you
Right.
were a
On-
lady and
on
you walked into a
Valentine's
bar,
Day, I
you
would
would
get a
be
brown
like,
butter
you were
kiss.
like, I want a brown butter kiss. I'm going to go into the bar and I'm going to be like, I want a Brosemary.
yes, but on
It
St.
just
Patrick's
rolls.
Day,
It just rolls off the tongue.
Settled on that name.
hey,
I know,
if you're settled
I'm-
on it,
I'm bought.
Hey, let's
It's
cheers
done.
to it.
Cheers.
It's a rosemary.
I
Cheers.
already killed mine.
Oh, you already killed yours?
Yeah, but
All right.
I'll do
It's
this
the only one that I can't drink very fast, for sure. But
Cheers.
I think I've almost killed mine too. It's good.
yeah, mine's
Yeah,
almost gone.
it was
So,
now I have to finish mine
right.
because the bros are doing it.
absolutely.
The Rosemary.
bros are doing it.
The
so
Rosemary.
now this is the
Rosemary's.
hard part of the whole podcast,
it gets harder.
right? Since
I thought we got the hard part done.
you have to tell us which one you like the best and pick them in order 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, let me sip again.
Does anybody want to go first? Does anybody got a decisive
Um,
decision?
Okay, I'll go first.
Can I rate them? Like
No,
1,
we
2,
just-
and 3.
I
Can
mean-
I do 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, that's what I said. Go. Which one you like first? Which one you like second? Which one you like third?
Number 1 for me would be the Rosemary.
Rosemary. Okay.
I like it a lot. Number 2, it would be the brown butter kiss,
Okay.
and number 3 would be the amaretto sour,
The whiskey sour.
whiskey
Gotcha.
sour. Sorry,
That's okay. No, it's okay. There's no amaretto in that for sure.
That's my vote.
Okay,
Brandon?
Rosemary first. For
Rosemary
sure,
first,
but
okay.
I'm gonna swap the next two. I liked the
Whiskey sour
the
second.
whiskey sour second, and then the brown butter kiss third. But really, 2 and 3 were splitting hairs. It's really hard. They're actually, I think they're all splitting.
Oh, they're
hairs.
all great. Yes,
on
they're
the
all
same
fantastic.
level.
They're
Yeah.
so close. They're all so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. But,
All right.
yeah, that's what I go.
Jess.
all right. Coming from someone who does not like bourbon at all, I'm gonna go with the
The brown butter
Brown
kiss.
butter
brown
Kiss.
butter kiss is number 1 for sure, and the second one's gonna be that sweet take on the whiskey sour because
Yeah.
I got to eat an orange peel for the first time.
There we go.
And then the third one, it was more. It tasted more bourbony to me. And for someone who doesn't like bourbon, I don't like the brews.
The
Yeah,
bros.
you know, like
That's
the
what I
rose.
loved about it.
I'll
But
put it
did it
on.
taste wonderful? Yes, but it was too bourbony for me. I guess
So-
for someone
so-
who was for a cocktail, like it tasted more bourbony.
I think
but it was rye.
Scott's going to tell
Oh,
us.
is it right?
his,
I don't know what
And
the
then we're
difference
going to figure out as a group like
Okay.
what we love the best.
It looks like obviously we the Rosemary wins because I'm going to go Rosemary as well.
Okay.
It's just really
Bros
good.
before hoes.
Absolutely.
Rose before hose.
But the rosemary, I actually I don't typically like rosemary in a cocktail, but
Mm-hmm.
this actually I really enjoyed it. So I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little scared when she showed me when rosemary started coming out of cups and
Mm-hmm.
glasses and stuff. But I always give Sarah creative license, right? Like that you don't want to stifle her, creative juices and artistry and alchemy and all that kind of stuff. Secondly, I think me and Brandon line up. I'm going to go whiskey sour second, and then the actual the brown sugar or brown
butter
buttered kiss last. And the only reason I'm saying that is because a warm cocktail to me is just a little weird. But I challenged her, like, because we talked a little bit about that, so I wanted her to bring me some. But I think it's delicious. Like, it's not something I would have ever tried.
Right.
No, I absolutely.
Oh, I never would have
loved
asked for a
it.
warm
I think
cocktail in my life.
I mean, I've drank wassail 1,000 times.
Yeah,
and
but
I
that's
love,
different, right?
And
Like, that's Christmassy.
but-
Like you expect it. You
Well,
know?
it's kind of fall Christmassy.
Yeah.
Like, but it's also Wisconsin because it's like a
Yeah.
brandy thing, right? But with this one, I don't know. I like the blend. I would never think about putting butter in a bourbon cocktail, and it's really good. And you get lip gloss.
Lip gloss, yes.
at the
You
same
get the
time.
lip gloss,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, why would you not love that?
You know what? And your mustache it makes it look better.
It's glistening.
It makes
Yeah.
it look better.
It's
all the
glistening.
grays are like
Yes.
shining,
It's a glaze on
like
your
diamond in
mustache.
the sky.
Absolutely. Well, I guess that's our episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you send any messages to us through any of those social media outlets, or you can email us at bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. Make sure you also hit the subscribe button. That way you get our episodes either through Spotify, iTunes, whatever your preferred method is. This is Scott, Jess, Brandon, and John signing off. Thank you again, Sarah, for being the great hostess. Peace out.